Hello everybody, welcome to everybody that's starting to come in here. So we're gonna do another wilderness stream here for a little bit while I go out and get some Instagram shots. We're in northern Indiana right now at another nature preserve. I've actually never been here before, so I figured I'd give it a shot. But I'm not sure how good my signal is going to be out here. I'm a little bit further away from civilization than I was before, so I'm not incredibly positive what's going to happen, and I actually don't know my way around here at all. I didn't know my way around the last place either, so we'll just have to see. But we're gonna go in. I got another camera with me, my G7X, that I mainly use for Instagram work now, and I'm gonna go ahead and try and get some shots for Instagram, see kind of what this place looks like, and attempt my best not to get lost. But again, with all the leaves, it's kind of hard. As you can tell, it's a little bit difficult to see where the trail is. Although some places they actually have these little yellow tags on the trees, and so it's a little bit easier. Definitely some birds out. Luckily, the entrance is sort of the exact opposite direction from the sunset, so worst case scenario, I can just head away from the sunset and find my way back to my car. But I don't know, I'm not seeing too much so far, but we'll keep looking around here and see if we can find anything. Hey Jenny, welcome to the live stream. I keep thinking I'm hearing animals, but I think I'm the only one out here. I'm not sure how big this place is either. I saw a few different types of landscapes, some more grassier areas, and I'm not sure exactly which way to head to get to those. It's looking pretty rough, kind of creepy a little bit back here. Lots of these lower, sort of bushy type of plants, which are kind of cool because in the summertime they create these huge canopies, and it's like being almost indoors. You can kind of tell, but it's a little bit more epic during the spring and summer times. But thanks for joining again. I got about 1,000 hours of view time that I need before I can get the algorithm to sort of include me in everything. So if you give it a thumbs up and a share, I really appreciate that. I need you guys' help for sure right now. But the last stream did pretty well. I think everybody sort of enjoyed it, so I wanted to take a chance to do it again. And yeah, I wish I could actually schedule stuff on my phone. From home and the command center, I can just log on through a computer, and I can, thank you, Jamie. Appreciate it, guys. Everyone, not just guys. I'm trying not to say that as often because I know that it's not very accurate to my viewers. I don't want to make anybody feel bad, but yeah, thank you to everyone that's giving it a thumbs up. It looks like I am still on the trail. You can see where they've cut a log with a chainsaw. And I think there's a little river over here somewhere. I don't know the reasoning behind this place, why it was donated. So I'm not sure exactly what we're gonna find. I haven't seen anything man-made. Oh yeah, the sunset's looking really nice. It smells like burnt rubber out here though. Almost like somebody had lit a tire fire somewhere. Oh, okay. It looked kind of confusing there for a minute, but the trail just sort of bends around. It's kind of interesting looking trails. So, kind of glad that they put the little flags up. It makes it a lot easier. Otherwise, this is another place that sort of gets cloaked by all of the leaves. And I'm not seeing a whole lot so far. Hey there, Sandra. Happy holidays. Thanks for joining us. Madison. I've been meaning to make it over to Wisconsin. I actually was gonna meet up with Ryan from RJ32 over in Wisconsin, and unfortunately wasn't able to make it. So yeah, maybe one of these days soon. There's actually a really cool place in northern Wisconsin. I want to make a little, I think it's in northern Wisconsin. It's like an island, and it's really huge and has a lot of interesting historical stuff on it. There's wildlife somewhere. I don't know if it's deer, maybe just squirrels. I'm not seeing anything. Honestly, that would be awesome. I would love to find a Bigfoot. Yes, that would be an instant viral video and one of the coolest discoveries ever. So I'm down with that. If they want to come out and scare me, then that's okay with me, for sure. But we'll have to see. I have noticed a few people when they watch my videos where you see like the little handmade stick teepees on the side of the trees. A lot of people have been commenting that those are like made by Bigfoot. I don't know in terms of, I don't know, everybody else's experiences, whether that's a real thing. But I mean, it's hard to tell since I don't know how much real proof there has been for Bigfoot other than random sightings, and until we find like some sort of genetic evidence or like a dead Bigfoot, then it'd be real hard. Hey there, April. Ooh, what is this? Almost looks like a headstone. Hold on. Surely this can't be like an old gravestone. I think it's just a rock. But that's crazy how it's placed. It literally looks exactly like an old headstone. How nuts is that? I gotta get a picture of this. I really don't think that's what it is, but with the color and everything, it's almost like an old granite stone. And it's sort of sitting here on the side of this hill. What in the world? I don't see any names or anything like that. That's weird. Let's see if I can see any others. I mean, it could be. I know even from my own family that lives in Kentucky, occasionally people on farms will bury people in like their own private cemeteries. So it could be. It's just so, it sticks out so much. And it's the way it's kind of sitting up, almost displayed, and then really thin on the back. It almost looks like it might be. I don't know, we might have just found a little single grave private cemetery. That's weird. I mean, it's not weird, but just weird because it's completely unexpected. And there's nothing in any of the signage. Hey Barb, welcome to the live stream. But there's nothing in any of the signage saying that there was any graves back here. How crazy is that? Huh. I'm trying to see if maybe there's like some sort of old sign or something. Obviously, it wouldn't be anything too extravagant. Hey, Snow, welcome. But I don't see anything like marking it off or sectioning it off, I mean. Weird. Hi, Laura. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of feel like it is, though. Like, it might just be something where it was a single person and it happened quite a while ago, and it's the only person that ever got buried here before maybe the farm changed or the land changed ownership. That's weird. I was not expecting that at all. I wonder if maybe I want to go back and check on the trees, because even as far back as, 100+ years, people used to carve their names on trees. And it makes me wonder if maybe there might be something. I don't see anything on this tree, though. Huh. Yeah, thank you, Sandra. Yeah, if you're enjoying the live stream and liking the mystery channel, make sure to give the videos a thumbs up. And if you got any other social media like Twitter or Facebook, they definitely work perfectly for sharing these types of live streams and help me to reach a new audience. Especially, like I said, I've got about another 1,000 hours of watch time that I need before I can be really there's like a lot of dogs. I hope that's not coyotes. Coyotes are incredibly mean. Here's another stone, though. This just looks kind of natural. It kind of looks like the same coloring, but that other one looked set up like it was purposefully done that way. I mean, it's not to say that it couldn't be just a random coincidence. You never really can tell, but I think there might be coyotes in here with me. That's not very comforting. They're like highly aggressive. Like when I was in Chicago with the guys from UGUE, I was driving down a little tiny back road near another nature preserve. Unlikely to be wolves. There are wolves in the area. Wolves I wouldn't be afraid of. Wolves tend to leave people alone. Coyotes are more aggressive. So like, if the wolves were not feeling threatened by me, I wouldn't be really scared at all. But the coyotes, though, like, they chased my car. Like they were gonna be able to, obviously they wouldn't have been able to do anything to me, but they still tried. So that was the sort of the bad part. I'm gonna take a quick photo here. So who knows? But yeah, coyotes are scavengers too. I've had some experiences with them in the past where they've come into like my campsites and like tried to steal food, and they will a lot of times travel in huge groups. So I don't really know. Honestly, it's unlikely, I suppose. It might just be farm dogs that are running around and are fairly nice. So it's probably not something that I have to be too afraid of. But at the same time, I'm definitely more nervous about the coyotes than I would be about any other animal out here. And this isn't really a bear area. Although I do have bear spray now, not with me today, because this isn't really something that, or an area that I'd be afraid of that. Here's an old fence though. And you can see, it looks like at some point someone had started to try and cut the tree down, or maybe it was sort of a notch made around it to wrap some barbed wire. As you can see, the fencing here. So that's kind of crazy. It's definitely not the end of the park. I do want to take a picture of it. I don't know how well it's going to come out. It's like brown on brown, so that's kind of the issue. Yeah, there must be a nearby cell phone tower somewhere. They have been placing them more and more out in this area, so they might have built one recently, or it might just be something. I mean, it's not like I go around looking for cell phone towers, so it's obviously something I could miss. I don't know. The cool thing is there's definitely some stuff back here. What is that? I think that's a cut down tree. But I can't tell off in the distance. It looks like there could be another grave. I don't think so though. It does look like there's like an overgrown trail going. Maybe I'm just cutting across to another trail. I'm not sure. Let's check a look. I mean, take a look at it. Hi, Cindy. Yeah, make sure to give a thumbs up if you like it. I do see another, oh, it's just another notched out tree. I'm not sure if this is the trail. I would explore a little bit deeper into the area off the trail if I had to. Well, I don't know in this area, but at least try to discover if it is a trail. But I know I don't have too much longer until the sun is down completely. So I'm a little bit wary because I forgot all my flashlights. So I have nothing but two emergency glow sticks with me. And not that it's terrible, I guess I could end the stream and use my flashlight. Hey, Christy. But I could totally use my flashlight. Oh, there's a deer. I think it's out of frame. Okay, let's try to get closer to the deer. But I would have to end the stream to use my flashlight on my phone because in some recent, oh, this is interesting. They have definitely not been around here recently. Somehow I got my camera, my G7X on like rapid fire mode. See, there's another, it's just a notch around the tree base. So I don't know if anybody knows what that is. Let me know. This is kind of cool looking though, because this is the trail going through here. So I don't know, I kind of like rougher trails though. So the deer is somewhere over this way. Let's go see if we can get it. Hey David, welcome to the live stream. I hope my audio is coming through okay. I should have brought my iPhone headset with me so that the audio came through a little bit clearer. Thank you guys, I appreciate that. Yeah, I like these type of streams too. These are some of my favorite. Especially until I get a little bit better setup for the podcast. I kind of prefer stuff like this, and I would like to eventually get some guests and whatnot on the podcast. That's a dirt bike for sure. Sound like a more beefy one too. Yeah, I'm really wanting to get, so now that the holidays have cleared, I'm really actually looking to do some more like body modification stuff. As I've told a few of you in the streams in the past, I did used to have my septum pierced, and I had left it out for a little bit and it closed up. So I want to get that done again, and I want to get a tattoo idea that I've had for a while done. And so if anybody out there knows any tattoo artist or any piercing artist in the Midwestern area, or at least not too far away from that area, hit me up, let me know. Maybe shoot me an email over on my 539 Productions email. Oh, there's a bridge over that way. All right, we might have found something. That might be the main road though, I can't really tell. Whoa, So this place goes on, this trail goes on for a while. You can see way over here. I don't like design them as like, you know, like draw them out in like Photoshop or on paper or anything, but all of them are pretty much 100% my ideas. I'll usually get together with the artist, and then what I'll do is either give them like a rudimentary drawing or sort of guide them as they draw it out, and then get that. So to a certain extent, no, this is quite a distance away from the other place. That place is probably an hour or two away. I guess that's not too long, but yeah, this is kind of a weird trail. We're in northern Indiana right now. Oh, cool. Yeah, it's always neat to use somebody's special artwork to do that. I would love to do that one day. I had intended to get a memorial tattoo that way, but it just didn't work out. So, yeah, I had a really amazing tattoo artist that I worked with. I need to find him, or not find him, I need to email him and see which shop he's working in. Hey Shauna, welcome. Thank you everybody for being here. Again, if you're liking it, make sure to give it a thumbs up. I think this is the road. I think this is literally on one of my episodes. I did a episode not too long ago of a flood out in the Midwest, and I think I stopped at this bridge up here. Any plans to head further east? Oh yeah, for sure. At some point I'm going out to visit family in Maryland. Oh, Johnny Depp tattoo. That's cool. That would be really interesting. I would love to see that. Yeah, I'm gonna be heading out to Maryland, and then I'll be heading back to Tennessee at a certain point. So, pretty soon here. I don't know how much time I have left here. 23 minutes, so we're going. I probably have like a good half an hour to 45 minutes left, at least of sunlight. Whoa. I didn't realize we could go straight to the road. This is kind of cool. Definitely not abandoned. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you can see like where the erosion marks are up there. If this is the place I'm thinking, I'm almost positive it is. I wish I could use my GPS without killing the live stream, because then I could check and see. But I'm pretty sure it was so flooded it was up to that level of the, well, at that shoreline up there, or at least close to it, because I know I could barely make it over the bridge. No specific sites. I actually have another family site, sort of like the one I did in Kentucky. However, this particular place is much older relatives. So things from the early 1700s, and we actually recently just discovered it. It was in the back of an old farmer's field. So we're gonna be hopefully going back to that. There's been some storms here in the past, but this particular location isn't as bad. Well, it hasn't been as bad this year, I should say. It's definitely bad at some points of the year. Okay, I need to get out of the road. There's somebody coming. And this is not the biggest road in the world. I don't want to get run over by somebody coming over a hill. Yeah, I'm not sure the exact dates on it, but I know that it should be at the very least around the time of the American Revolution, and I'm quite positive from some of actually my mom and dad have been there, and they helped to clean it up a little bit when they were there last time, and there was actually some Revolutionary War markers on some of the graves. So I know for a fact that there was some veterans of the Revolution in there, so it'd be a really cool one. And it's just in the back of a farmer's field. They didn't even really, you weren't able to see it from the road. They actually had to knock on the farmer's house and ask him directions. Thank you, Tonto, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm looking to do some more. I kind of took a break from it from the holidays and have been coming up with more ideas and whatnot. So that will be coming back, and I'm gonna try and interview a few people, you know, just people that have different tattoos and different piercings, live different lifestyles. Oh, bones. Hold on, switch you guys around. Just an animal bone, but how crazy is that? You can see jawbone right there, and then a skull, and there's the hip and spinal cord right there. Let me get some pictures real quick. Put you guys down just for a second here. Hey, Amanda. Oh my. Correct me if I'm wrong, but based on this here, I think that's a cat skull. I think this is a dead cat. Maybe. Not missing, but we've definitely visited some family graveyards. Yeah, I need to do some magnet fishing for sure. I'll have to maybe do that the next time I'm out with Ryan again too. He has a big, like, 1,000-pound magnet, and he did, I believe it's on YouTube. It's either on YouTube or his Facebook page. But yeah, he did some really cool magnet fishing, and I'd love to go out with him sometime and do it. He also does metal detecting too. It might be a possum. Yeah, that is possible. They do sort of have those canine teeth like that, so yeah, maybe a possum for sure. Magnet fishing would be just throwing a giant magnet into the water with a rope on it and seeing what sort of metal pieces you drag up. So kind of a fun little pastime, especially when you're in more historic places. You can find sometimes I don't even know, like, I've seen people find old weaponry, swords, knives, depending on what they're made of, maybe some old cannonballs if you were at like a battlefield or something like that. So, where's my sunset? Okay. Sorry. Ooh, this trail is getting messed up. All kinds of thorns. But yeah, I'm gonna try and switch you guys around again. You see all these thorns over here. That's the problem with exploring in temperate areas like this. You run into that stuff all the time, and sometimes the patches are just huge. I'm probably just in a low signal area. It will automatically lower the resolution, unfortunately. I mean, I guess it has to. The other option would be that it kills the stream completely. So I guess I'm thankful that it's not killing the stream. But yeah, hopefully I'll get into a better signal area. But I know oh, here we are. We'll go this way for a second. I think this should lead all the way back around. I might be able to come out that direction. If not, I'll have to just come back to this road here and follow the road back to my car. Yeah, I know the phone should be doing really well on charge right now. I haven't got any warnings, and it was 100% charged when I started, so we should be good. I was hoping to find some more pieces of the farm, though. Again, if I remember correctly, this here intersects, this little creek here intersects with the other road that I parked on. It's like crystal clear too. Almost looks like somebody stacked some stones over there. I don't think this is gonna be a good shot, but we'll try and capture it there. Interesting. Hey there, Pam. Thanks, Francisca. Yeah, it is a really nice place. Yeah, there's actually an artist that goes around doing it around here too, because I had found some of the stacked stones, and then I did some research on another location that I had gone to, and I found some photos of him actually stacking the stones. So some of them around here are fake, but I always find them really intriguing. I think it's actually one of the oldest forms of art is stone stacking. They actually have some really old, like, not necessarily Native American, but I think all over the world, people have stacked stones for different reasons. Obviously, some of them are for a purpose. Yeah, it's really quiet, and there's some random animals that will just pop up. So it's pretty cool out. I do enjoy this type of stuff. Oh. So, yeah, pretty cool location. I'm glad I decided to check it out. I kind of drove past it for a minute and decided to turn around. I wasn't incredibly sure what we were gonna find back here, but I'm kind of glad we did now because, I mean, obviously we found what could be a really small graveyard and some definite signs of the farm that, or maybe not the farm, but the homestead that was once here. It was definitely fenced off, and that's not a fence that they put in for the nature preserve. Yeah, I usually don't try to touch anything, but I mean, some places I think it's kind of cool to see that people have done like artwork or whatnot, but yeah, for the most part, I try to steer clear of moving a bunch of stuff around, especially since there could be small fish or you never know, newts, all kinds of things make crayfish make their home under the rocks or in the water. And so I try my best not to disturb things unless I think that there's some sort of discovery that we're going to find underneath. But at the same time, I know I've seen a lot of nature shows that go around and do that too, so I don't think it's the worst thing. There's a blue jay. I wonder if I can zoom in on it. Oh, I guess not now. Yeah, a few, not necessarily that no one knew about. I have been searching for a place that no one's seen since the 70s, if you've seen that series. But yeah, I think to a certain extent, most people have some, well, maybe not any modern day folks. I know the place I was trying to locate is something that very few people know about. And I have discovered some old Civil War graveyards in the back of the woods. I'm not sure if anybody knew about that or not. It is on my my playlist of graveyard explorations if you want to check it out. And it did look like at some point somebody got back there and cleaned it up a little bit and kind of gathered all the stones together. So there may have been some people that knew about it at one point. But there's also a bunch of farm trash and things back there, so it's really hard to say. It was at one time a dumping ground, not the graveyard itself, but nearby was a dumping ground for different farm equipment. And actually we found old TVs and tires, and we found like weird electronics. It's really just kind of dependent upon the area. There's a lot of pine trees around here, but it's sort of like, I don't know the biology of it, but it seems that they're only in patches around here. And then you can find some places that are just covered. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, here we are to the... Oh, thank you, Tato. No, I do compose my own music, but not for the channel. Oh, I hear the dogs. Definitely farm dogs. Thank you guys for joining. It sounds like they're tied up. I think they're at this house over here. But I'm pretty sure this is the road that I parked on. I don't know, maybe we'll take it back into the woods. I would love to know for sure. Huh, that'd be really interesting. I would love to find something like that. Just like the one I've been looking for a while. I think it'd be really incredible to finally find it and document it and maybe even find a way to get it restored. Unfortunately, I have no flashlights with me. I think what I might do, since I know where I am now, I think this is a trail going into the woods right here, so I think we'll just go around. The good part is a lot of farm dogs, although they sound incredibly mean, end up actually being fairly nice. They just are excited that somebody else is there and they don't really know what it is, so they're barking like crazy. But then by the time they get to you, they just sort of stop and they don't know what to do. So it's probably not too dangerous. I'm not incredibly worried. I'm more worried about finding an actual trail and not having to cut straight through the woods. This kind of looks like a trail. I don't see any of the markers, but it feels fairly cleared. It's not like I'm gonna get lost though. With the road right there, I can just cut over at any point. But I think we're heading towards more water. It might be easier just to go up to the road and take the road. I don't have a dog currently. I used to have a dog, and it has since unfortunately passed. But yeah, it would be kind of interesting. But I don't know. If I had one, I would for sure bring it. Yeah, this is gonna be just a pain. I don't know. It must look like a trail. It might be like part of an old deer trail. It's definitely flooded. Let's cross over this way. When I was a kid, we used to have a cat. But no, I don't have any pets currently. No animals, nothing. Yeah, I find it kind of hard anyway because thanks for joining us, Cindy. Happy New Year to you too. Appreciate you joining us. But the thing is with traveling, it's just, quite frankly, so much easier. Yeah, there's a lot of wetland areas around here. So yeah, lots of little bogs in the middle of the forest. It's really kind of cool, but it does make it kind of hard finding your way around sometimes. I'm trying to locate some of the trail markers again. Whoa. That one tripped me up just a little bit here. I can't tell. Again, it kind of looks like I'm on a trail again, but I mean, again, it's not like it's scary. Worst case scenario is just trekking back to the road and walking the road. But for a certain part, hey there, Sue. Good to have you. But yeah, for a certain part of the nature preserve, they actually had the little yellow and red flags that marked all the trails. However, there's another tree that's been slotted. Let's see if, no, that's an old vine. Yeah, I might be running into another low signal area. I apologize. I never know in these places. I wish I could get an external antenna. It used to be you kind of could with certain older model cell phones. You could hack them in a way to add additional antennas to them. I will be making an album at some point. Hopefully here soon. I've been trying to get started over and over again, but I've had to push it back. Yeah, I do want to get a drone. It's a little bit trickier these days. You kind of have to either get really small ones, which there's a really cool DJI drone that I want to get that sort of skirts its way around the law, so you don't have to register it with the FAA and you don't have to take the classes, but it's still got all the features and the high quality video. So that's my hope here soon, is to get something like that. Wow. How am I so far away from trails? I think I can almost see my car though. My car should be directly over this way. But I can't tell what's a trail and what's not a trail. This is crazy. Oh, wow. I was saying I couldn't necessarily see my car, and then there it is. Hey there, Esther. Welcome to the live stream. That's literally my car just snuck up on me. But this gateway is really kind of cool. It's really small. There's only room for one car to park at a time. Wow, just got tangled. Yeah, that'd be cool. I'd love to meet up with Dan Bell sometime. I don't know that he's ever heard of me, but that'd be kind of cool. Thank you, Esther. I really appreciate that. Yeah, so this is the way I had originally headed down. It's not getting too dark, so we won't head back right now. I'll go a little bit deeper, but I did want to show you guys some of this stuff. Yeah, the live streams have been a little bit hectic and random lately. You can see this actually 2 old buckets here. I should get a picture of that too. But that's where the dogs are coming from. I think they're actually tied up. This is a cool old fence though, or gate I should say. Now, there's very little room to actually get in. You can see how small it is. You can see the old fence post here too. But I know I can safely stay here for a little bit longer. So I'm more like not getting thrown out. I don't mean like I'm necessarily afraid of the area. I do have some protection with me. I got my trusty knife here actually was a Christmas present from my dad. I think they were a little bit afraid for my safety sometimes, so they got me a razor sharp German steel knife. Also a utility knife, so just in case I need it ever on the road, then I have it with me. Sometimes I have a non-safety use for them. I've never really had to protect myself in any way, so I'm not really too worried about it, but it is kind of nice to have. Well, I'm having trouble clipping it back on my belt. Hold on a second. All right, there we go. Yeah, it's like razor sharp. I think I could shave with it if I tried. I did the paper test on it and it just sort of slides down the paper. I'm kind of glad that those turned out to be farm dogs though. It would have been a lot worse had they turned out to be coyotes. There's another tree that's got the slot in it. Yeah, Dan does some interesting work. Definitely an inspiration. He's been able to broaden his content a little bit lately too. Some of the ways that I want to broaden my content on the 539 channel. So yeah, it's definitely someone I would love to get together with. No, unfortunately it'd be really kind of hard with all this ground cover. If I could find some more muddy areas, I might be able to. Probably could have looked for them when we were down. I thought I heard something. Maybe it was that deer again. I wish we could have ran into that deer, but yeah, when I was down by the creek, I probably could have found some down there. Yeah, I would love to make it over to the UK. That would be pretty awesome. Hopefully one day here soon. I have had some long-standing plans. Oh, there's another. Whoa. I didn't know there was another Dan. I suppose it's a common name, just like my name. So definitely possible to have more than a few. But I mean, I'm always down to work with anybody really, and definitely am hoping to do so this coming year. It can be kind of tricky uploading old content without YouTube flagging it. You can literally get copyright striked by your own channel. I know somebody that had that issue recently. Oh, Exploring with Fighters. Yeah, I'm aware of them. I don't know where they're based out of, but yeah, I do know of them. Yeah, I would absolutely. I'd try to work with just about anybody. There's very few people that I can think of that I would outright turn down. So, I mean, if they were ever in the area. But again, I never know who knows about me, although I'm pretty sure they know who I am. I think they messaged me a couple of years ago. Yeah, YouTube is a little bit of a mess right now, unfortunately. I'm hoping maybe it'll get a little bit better in 2020. We did have, I had a little bit better, when I was looking at the stats last, had a better few months. So that was kind of good news. I found out a couple days ago that the last month or two have been going a lot better than before. So it seems like the channel is doing some recovery right now. So I'm happy about that. Yeah, for sure. I'll have to hit you up when I get over to the Wisconsin area. I've been debating, I have had some plans for a while to go up to Michigan, up to the Upper Peninsula, and my thought was instead of turning around and coming back to actually do a full loop around through Wisconsin. So definitely some possibilities here in the future. Oh, there we go. But yeah, And then some of the island locations, I'm not sure, with it being so warm, some of those might be available. Yeah, I have both Spreadshirt and Teespring. For Spreadshirt, it is shop.spreadshirt.com/539productions. And then Teespring, I think it's just teespring.com/539productions. And I have tons of stuff. I have t-shirts available. I have posters available. I have canvas prints available. I have iPhone cases. I have Samsung Galaxy cases, all with my own if you look at my Instagram account, it's a lot of the really cool black and white images or selective color images, and I've uploaded those. Some of my photos of the San Francisco, or the Golden Gate Bridge, are available up there for purchase. So yeah, there's lots of cool stuff if you guys want to check it out. I'll try and maybe put some of those links up the next time that we do a stream from the command center. That way you guys can check it out and see. 539 might be an area code. I'm not sure. It is not the reason behind my name. Wow, I just got off the trail again. This thing is terribly marked. Although better than the last place I was at. So, yeah, I'm pretty proud of a lot of the merch that's up on there. And a lot of these still images in general. They're really kind of my forte. I was a still photographer long before I did YouTube, and again worked in rock and roll photography for a while with a radio station, and did lots of cool stuff. I did some weddings, did some real estate photography, in which I traveled all around. Well, not all around the United States, but all around the eastern United States. I've photographed in Chicago, and North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee, all kinds of crazy, sometimes they were like apartment complexes, like really high-end apartment complexes, so I got to go to some of these cool penthouses and do photography there, and had a lot of fun doing that. But the company I worked with was just not a great company, and so they sort of would fall off the map sometimes, and they didn't really pay too well, so I ended up ditching them to do my own stuff. So I would have loved to continue to do it, but I would have had to build up a long list of my own clientele. And again, it was like, I guess I was again coming to one of those places in my life where I realized I was doing a bunch of artwork for other people, and I didn't want to continue to do that. I've never published my own photos. I've had my photos published in magazines before. So I've had a couple actually get in art books, and then I've had a couple in, what is the name of it? There's a European art magazine that's really big, and I can't remember the name of it now, but I got published in that. My dad, doing well. We just all spent Thanksgiving and Christmas together, and yeah, everybody's doing real well. Incredibly well, actually. Something's in here with me. It might be the deer. All right, Sue, thanks for joining us. You have a good night. Appreciate you taking the time to hang out with us tonight. Oop, trying to zoom in. I don't see it, but it was like a really slow movement. I do some infrared photography. I actually have an infrared photo or an infrared filter with me right now. I wouldn't be able to show you, obviously, but yeah, I did some of the photography up in Chicago when I went to the famous cemetery up there, the Bachelor's Grove. I couldn't think of it for a second, but yeah, I'll be doing some more infrared photography in the future. I actually have a plan for another episode that's going to utilize the infrared photography at a really kind of creepy location around, not around here, about a couple hours away from here, and I've heard that you can catch some really crazy stuff in infrared, so I'm going to be trying to do that here really soon. But I'm trying to sort of build up a few episodes of the content that we have going right now, so I have a good couple weeks, good 2-3 weeks worth of content that I have. And excuse me. And yeah, for sure. Happy New Year to Sue. Yeah. And a happy new decade to everybody out there too. The end of the decade's coming up here is pretty crazy. But yeah, so another infrared type episode. It's not going to be a graveyard. It's going to be something completely new, something that we've never tried ever before on the channel, but we're going to be trying to capture some things on infrared that aren't supposed to be able to be seen with the naked eye. And I think it'll be a really fun episode if we catch something. And then some weird, I think that's a bird, okay. But and then I have another episode I'm going to be doing in Indiana. At some point I got a audio spectrum analyzer, and I want to go to this place where there's lots of these places around the world that have this mysterious hum, and there's a really famous one in Indiana. And so I want to go there and sort of go around town and maybe get some interviews if possible, and use the spectrum analyzer to actually hone in on where this strange hum is coming from. I've definitely had some crazy experiences. I don't know, in terms of paranormal. The weird thing, I will say, like, I know, like, when I was with Urban Ghost, Urban Exploration, I think a lot of people assume that they're kind of clickbaity, but, like, whenever I've worked with them, strange things do seem to happen. And, like, even before I work with them, like, it's like whenever I make plans, like, weird things will happen. I don't really know what you can attribute it to. I'm always somewhat skeptical on things, and but I'm always open. But I've had some strange experiences, some strange noises, some definitely weird sightings. I had that ghost car. I know a lot of people didn't like that because I never actually showed it, and that was only because I didn't have the camera rolling at the time, but I still wanted to document it. The car went behind some trees, and then I tried to walk towards the car and film and see where it went, and it was nowhere to be found. Again, I don't know that it was a ghost car, but it sure seemed kind of crazy that it just disappeared completely out of the middle of this graveyard without seemingly exiting anywhere. So I really don't know. But yeah, I actually know how to do the modification on the old cameras. You can scrape, most sensors can see infrared really well, and if you go in and you scrape off the interior infrared sensor or infrared filter, it's a different type of infrared filter. It filters out the infrared light. Like the filter I have filters out visible light so that only the infrared comes through, and you can go back on old cameras and filter and scrape off the infrared filter that filters out infrared light. So yeah, I've actually thought of I actually have done it before. I did it on a webcam, and then it worked, and then I forget what ended up happening, but somehow I accidentally destroyed the webcam, so I lost it, unfortunately. So yeah, I might do it again in the future with another type of camera. I don't know. But it's getting pretty late, and I know they will come and kick me out if I'm here for too long. But I want to hit that hour mark at least here. But yeah, tons of plans for, oh, you can see it. It's 4:20. Oh, or I should say not only, but it's 5:20 here. So we missed it by an hour here. But yeah, I guess the dog is tied up. It actually looks pretty nice. I think it's a border collie. That's what it looks like. I'm gonna grab my keys here. But I'll have to show you guys the bear spray. I got a gigantic can of bear spray at home. The GoPro, I don't know why I just pulled my wallet out. No, I still use the GoPro. I actually updated it so that it doesn't look as much like a fisheye lens. The update has the fisheye correction on it, and so I've used it in the last few episodes, and I don't think anybody really noticed, other than the underwater shots that I did. I did actually show myself dipping the GoPro in the water on the unmarked grave episodes, but no, I don't think the GoPros are antiquated at all. I think they're just not the ideal camera. It's definitely something really awesome to start out with, but as a photographer, it was always something that I wanted to update. So I do continue to use it though as sort of a camera for alternate angles and for mounting in the car, so that I can document my my travels to and from different places. So, but yeah, I definitely still use it, and I still want to get a lot more of the underwater shots. So not getting rid of it anytime soon. I will be getting another one at some point because they have some really incredible stabilization now. So yeah, I would love to update and get a newer one at some point here. Somebody's coming. Oh, just a farm truck. Or maybe not a farm truck, I don't really know. But yeah, I will be using a lot more of the GoPro. But yeah, some people didn't like the fisheye effect. I really personally like it for certain uses, not for every use. But oh, thank you, Tonto. Yeah, I love doing that. I have my monopod mount that I use to get those really low to the ground angles, and I've been really loving that. I used to do it a while ago, and then I quit for a long time, and I've kind of brought it back recently. I try not to overdo anything, so I try to keep it always changing, always getting new types of content, new types of angles, stuff like that. I do a lot of black and white photography. I love doing selective color. I also do some film photography. I have some old medium format film cameras, like some Holga type cameras that I've used in the past. I've actually have a few Holga shots on Instagram, not very many, just because it's so difficult to get a hold of film these days, and trying to develop Holga images, which well, in the past I've developed my own film, so it's a real pain, and I don't have a dark room, so you have to do it in a special manner. You sort of have to blindly roll it onto a steel film roll, and then put it into your developing canisters, and sort of guess on all of the chemical times and not the temperatures, you can do that, but you have to basically keep this big graph of chemicals and temperatures / times for using them. So if in the future I can sort of send off my film to be developed by somebody professionally, and I don't have to actually take the time to do it myself, then I definitely will do some more of that. But I am going to be doing some more film photography here in the future, and I do have a couple of old Polaroids too that I'm going to be pulling out and using as well. So I'll be putting some of that up on Instagram too. So yeah, I love doing the old black and white stuff. It's a lot of fun, and I've done some camera modification too. I've done some there's a mod you can do for Holga where you do 35mm film, which is a lot easier to get developed. It's a little bit difficult though, because you can have some problems with focusing. Some of my images came out incredibly blurry just because they're not at the right focal length, and so that was kind of something that I had to overcome. So yeah, but at some point I will be doing a lot more of that. I don't avoid abandoned buildings so much, but I do tend to do more places that I have permission to be at. I don't really do anything really off limits anymore. A lot of the places that I've been to, I've had permission to go to, so I'm not one to just break into places that I don't belong. I know some of the reasoning that people have behind it, and I don't necessarily disagree with their reasoning, but as for myself, I've had enough run-ins with the law, as some of you have seen in some of the videos, and so the risk of, getting more fines or doing jail time or something like that were just not worth it. So, but I do continue to do abandoned locations. I just do places that aren't necessarily off limits anymore. Yeah, the old film cameras are definitely popular on Instagram right now. So I would love to. I have actually a whole film camera loaded and ready to go, and another few ready to be loaded. So I really want to do it here soon, but I just haven't had the chance. Thanks, Reverend, or Christine. I don't know which one you prefer to be called, but yeah, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I hear people talking up the road. Yeah, it was a pretty good Christmas. Just a small get-together with the family, so nothing incredibly complex or huge. Well, that's awesome, Barb. Yeah, I have a scanner that I can scan them in, so I can kind of make them digital really easily to use for Instagram. Hey, Joanne. I'm doing really well, thank you. Hope you're having a good holiday season. Yeah, I'm gonna be on here for a little bit longer. I just on the side of the road now, and so they really can't kick me out of anywhere. And it doesn't seem that anybody's like getting weirdly suspicious that I'm sitting here with. I'd probably assume if they've looked out the window, they know what I'm doing. Although the weird thing is in this area, there's not really that great of internet, so some people don't really keep up to date. Yeah, I mean, I might do some more. I'm going to be doing some more filming with the family for sure. They're not really into the alternative lifestyle or anything like that. Although my mom does have a tattoo, only one, but I did sort of pave the way for that. She was kind of anti-tattoo until I got a bunch of tattoos, and then she kind of broke down and decided to get her own when she was in Kentucky one day. So currently I'm using an older Epson. It's not that great, but it does a decent job. I'm about to actually scan some of my old family photos in either tonight or in the next few days, some really old stuff from like the 1940s, and I'll be doing some Photoshop work on those. So, and some restoration work. Some of them were a little bit tattered and had some holes in them and different things, and so I'm gonna pull them over into Photoshop and correct all of the problems with them and then have them reprinted. So maybe I print them out for some of the other family members that want to hold on to them. Some old black and white and selective color photos of my grandparents. Some of them were hand colored, which would be a fun thing to try someday, but I don't know. I definitely want to try it on Photoshop one of these days. A full beard, yeah, it grows pretty quick, but I usually get irritated after the first few weeks. I'm 539 Productions on Instagram as well, so if you're looking for that, yeah, it's exactly the same. It's also, if you go to any one of my videos on the 539 channel, there's a link in the description box to my Instagram account, so that way you don't have to type in that big long name. But yeah, it is 539 Productions over there. So I got Instagram. I also have a page on Facebook, and I also made another live account on Twitch as well. So I'll be doing some stuff over there too. Yeah, I'm definitely not getting the super long beard. Thank you, Joanne. I appreciate that. Yeah, I again wish I could do more scheduled streams with my phone, but as far as I know, I probably need to look back and actually see, because I don't know for sure if they've updated it recently, but in the past I couldn't schedule streams, so it kind of makes it hard for people catching the live streams, and so I would really love to actually do some scheduled streams on the road, but at this point I'm not really sure how to do that. And they don't really, as far as I know, I have an OBS app, which is what I use for the, the program that I use on my computer for live streams at the command center. And I also have an app on my phone, but it will only stream directly to my computer and then use my computer's app to broadcast to YouTube. So otherwise I could do it that way, but I've been trying to look at different ways to do it, and so far I just haven't found any good ways. 539 is, it's like, there's actually a whole episode on this channel here, the mystery channel. I can't go too in depth into it, but it's basically means Elite Productions, and it's converted into something called Leet Speak, and then converted over again using sort of a not math problem, but a different base of counting, it's called. Hey, I'm sorry. Yeah, I wish I could make it more apparent that I'm doing the streams, and sometimes the notifications just don't go out. Yeah, I might be doing some more late nighters at some point here. I'm not 100% sure when, but I have had some opportunities to do some stuff at night, and I don't know. There is a possibility of reviewing another flashlight, and depending on how they respond to the offer I give them, I might do another nighttime explore where I review another flashlight that they send me. So we'll see if that ends up happening. I kind of doubt that they're going to accept my offer, but yeah, we'll have to see about that. But I definitely will be doing some more places at night no matter what, though. I enjoy going out at night, but it's just easier to go with people a lot of times, and then sometimes, like when I'm in this area, there's not a lot of good locations that I can do at night. A lot of the cemeteries and stuff are off limits and they're patrolled, so if they catch you in there, they're gonna throw you out. So hey, thank you. I appreciate that, Sandra. Yeah, I'm glad that you guys were able to come, or everyone out there was able to come along with me. Yeah, it is a little bit safer in the daytime. There is an old sort of ghost town that I've done, the flooded ghost town, and you can go on some of the old abandoned roads, and I've done that at night. A lot of sponsorships aren't necessarily too, it depends on who you go with. So I don't avoid them. There's definitely more opportunities for different sorts of channels. For whatever reason, YouTube is not the biggest promoter of travel content, so there are some opportunities though. Sometimes I have them with like the flashlight manufacturers and things like that. So I don't necessarily avoid them, but I don't change anything for them either. So yeah, I don't intend to, I don't know what direction they would try to send me in to do like sort of a guided video, but no, I would never give up like creative control, but at the same time, there's definitely things that could be done, different equipment to test out, things like that. So, and that I don't feel like really puts a damper on things too much, because it's like you're doing what you usually do. You're just also testing out their equipment to see how well it works. And I've definitely done that in the past with companies like Through Night, and it's kind of worked out. But I've also had a few issues before too, so we'll see how it goes. It's getting really dark. You guys can't tell as well because the camera has amped up the picture. There's a car coming now. You can see it way back there in the distance. I should probably, oh, I'm so close to the road, I'm gonna end up getting my door hit here. Let's see if I can. So yeah, I'm definitely open to sponsorships, but yeah, if someone were to want to pay me for a good review, I don't know that I would ever do that. Like, but I've done definitely a lot more in the past. I've done some sponsored type content before. I used to do blogging for a while too. I did technology blogging, and I had some opportunities from different like antivirus providers and things to do like sponsored video, or not sponsored videos, but sponsored reviews and things like that. So yeah, it's been something that I've done in the past and would love to do in the future, but we'll just have to see. Yeah, I definitely have had some people like want me to do like gaming site reviews, and I've either ignored them completely or turned them down. Oh, this guy stopped behind me. This guy is going, oh no, he's moving now. That's weird. So, what is he doing? I think he thinks that, well, I guess I am filming him now. Yeah, he's definitely signaling. There's no reason to hit the brakes like that. That's kind of funny. Although, the funny thing, I don't ever get worried by people like that. That's just kind of funny. Like, there's nothing they could do. Who knows? We'll wait a second. We'll see if they'll turn around. I'll roll down the window and see if they'll talk. Wow, he's going incredibly slow. Let's see if I can... Still up there. Maybe. Yeah, it's possible. Some people actually are nice and will stop and help you out. But then some people, like, see how he's flashing his brake lights? I think he's turning around. He's either turning around or he's going into the driveway up there. Thank you, Kathy. I appreciate that. I would go out on the road here, but I like doing the types of streams when I'm on the road with a camera mount, and I'm trying to figure out a way to mount the GoPro and then stream the video from the GoPro. No, I'm not gonna follow it, but from the GoPro to my camera so that I actually can do driving streams again. But it's too much pain, really a pain in the butt to hold a camera up and drive, and especially at night. And no, I definitely don't also want to, I don't want to provoke anybody, but I also don't let them scare me either. But I think he might have just turned into a driveway. He might just be a local person that's, yeah, maybe he's being nosy, maybe he's seeing if I need help, I don't really know. But so far I haven't seen him turn around, so I don't think it's going to be a big deal. I'm not really too worried about it. The dash cam won't, I don't currently have a way to stream it to my YouTube account or stream it to my phone. New Year's resolutions, just to travel more, really. I mean, I guess I have some things that obviously, the normal stuff. I'd love to be in a little bit better shape, make a little bit more money, upgrade my life a little bit, who knows, but definitely to travel more. I definitely want to get to some places that I've missed and film some really cool places. So yeah, that's about it. Otherwise, yeah, I don't pay too much attention to the New Year's resolutions type thing. I figure if it's always a resolution, it might never get done. I don't know. Yeah, I agree, Sandra. Yeah, you definitely got to try to get better every day. But I just, yeah, I figure like it's an ongoing type of thing. I don't want to necessarily make it into a thing where it's only at New Year's that I think about, improving my life or my existence or things like that. So, sorry, I'm just making sure I took my wallet out instead of my keys. At first, I want to make sure I didn't drop anything out of there. But, yeah. All right, well, it looks like we're pretty much at the end here. I apologize, it's just getting too dark, but thank you everybody for joining me. Hope that you all have had a great holiday season no matter what you are celebrating out there, and obviously we'll all be hitting the new year and the new decade here. So many thanks to all of you that have followed me over these years and have watched my content. It's been an incredible journey, and I've really loved making all this content and being able to share it with all of you guys. And we will be doing, I might be doing some more streams again before the new year, but if not, a very happy new year to you all out there. And again, thank you all so much for joining me tonight. It was just sort of impromptu live stream that I decided to do on a whim, and so I really appreciate that all of you guys have come and joined me here tonight. So thank you guys. Thanks Joanne, thanks Sandra, Snowy, thank you very much. Appreciate you all being here. Hoping I'm not missing anybody. Thanks Tonto, Francisca, Barb. Sorry about that, Valerie. Yeah, we're just kind of at the end here. I'll be doing another one soon though. Appreciate you all. Thanks Esther, and yeah, everybody have a really wonderful night. Bye Pam, bye Jenny.